Hello all, Onigato here for Oni in the Garden, and we're going to start over here with the mailbox. And you can just see I trimmed them back quite a bit, but there are some begonias starting to come up just a little bit right there. The mums, I'm not seeing anything. If they come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. I'm not too worried one way or the other. Aloe, I can't find it. It looks like it's gone. So, whatever. If it's gone, it's gone. Here we have growth. Fairly significant amount of it too. So, apple is definitely moving along. Might be another 2 or 3 years before we see anything that actually looks like a blossom on it. But I'm not worried about that. I am going to have to get some of these suckers and pull them off. But that's fine. Let's see, over there, I finally figured out what it was I planted here, and over on the front, it's pigeon pea. So, not pigeon pea, partridge pea. Different plant. Local plant, and it's supposed to be pretty good grass cover, or ground cover. So, it's one of my let's get rid of the grass efforts. Nothing on the asparagus, the hatch green chilies, or the habaneros. But the strawberries are doing quite nicely. One in this pot, I really need to get it out of that pot. It needs to be in a better pot than that. But it's doing okay. I've got a couple more strawberries that are coming up. Look like they're going to get ripe. The ones we spotted last week. One of them was tasty, the other one kind of got rotted or got ant eaten. This one here, though, just pull this up here. You can just see a couple of really good-sized ones, a couple more blossoms. It's just doing really well. I think I'm going to top off that pot with a little bit more soil, and yeah. The peppers are all doing quite nicely. So that's all really good. Onion, got a couple more seed pods. But that one there, the flower, looks like it's forming proper seeds. So, huzzah. I think I'll just throw a tea bag around that here in the next couple of days. The spikes are doing quite nicely. I'm going to have to come out here and do some trimming on that just to get something out of it. This is very pretty, and I've got about 1 billion tons of it growing in the backyard. I actually have a little bit growing out here in the front too, so I'm not too worried about it. But you can see in behind, the oregano is just gorgeously growing. It's expanding, and it's expanding violently. Over here, these sets of strawberries, they've thrown a couple berries and a couple more flowers in various places. There we are. But you can also see basil, basil, basil. Probably not a basil. So I'm going to have to go through there and decide if I want to weed it or not. I want to weed it. There's a bunch of stuff in there that's not supposed to be at all. Matchweed, nothing yet. It's supposed to take about 3 or 4 weeks to germinate. So, cilantro, starting to get actual cilantro style leaves. So it's very pretty. I didn't thin, but I moved this green bean. Or I'm not sure these are green beans. These might be Hungarian yellows. From over here where it was 2 grew to over here. Just give them all a little bit of space. What are these? Lavender, marigolds, lavender, and catnip. Nothing yet, but I'm not too worried about that. this pot. So a couple of days ago, we got torrential downpour. And by torrential, I mean it was about a foot deep in the street. And now, I have a bog. And it doesn't drain. It just does not drain. Excuse me. So that pot is going to be emptied as soon as I get myself another real pot. Let's see. This up here, however, that is a tomato. I think it's some sort of a beefsteak. There should be some lettuces in here, but I don't think they actually came up, which is okay by me. I only see 1 or 2 tomatoes, so if I only have 1 or 2 tomatoes come up in there, I'm okay with that. Spiderwort all over the place. It's very pretty, including over here. And it's just very pretty. Alright, into here. Beans! And I know those are either bush beans. Those are absolutely bush beans. The big ones there. Plus those, and anything else that looks like kind of like grass is actually garlic. So I've got a lot of garlic in here. It'll end up looking like elephant garlic probably, but it'll work just fine. A lot of these here are various squashes and melons of various repute. Let's see if I can get a better angle here. And you can kind of see all the lettuces that are coming up across the front. I pulled apart a lot of the clumps that were just, there together and spread them out a little bit. So that's why it looks like there's more in there. There's not really more in there, but there is spread a little better out. And then there's this. And I'm not sure what that is. It's some sort of a fungus. And it seems to be growing onto the leaves. And it's going to smother that plant very quickly. It's something that came up from the mulch, I'm sure of it. So, yeah. Does not make me happy. Doesn't really make me angry either, because it's just one of about a billion things that are in here, biologically speaking. So, alright, and you can just see all over the place. Now, first attempt at worm food was done in a food processor, and it was basically muskmelon seed mush. And now I have a whole bunch of muskmelons growing all in the same place, and I'm not going to bother thinning them at all. That rather unappealing looking, kind of looks like cornbread mash, is worm food. It's just kind of a mush made up of kitchen scraps that I threw into a proper blender and got blended down. So I'm going to do a quick pan over. You get to see those are all mostly cucumbers, and right there is the sole, what looks like a corn coming up, or a maize. So we'll see what happens here. I knew my seeds weren't very fresh. They were about 6 years old, 5 years old, something like that. So for the maize, I'm not worried about it at all. If I only get one plant, I'm okay with that. If that plant produces at all, more to the better. If it doesn't produce, more is the pity, but not whatever. But it's just whatever. Lemon, it really looks dead. And over here, I am annoyed. I am very annoyed. I came out here yesterday morning and something had been digging in the blueberry spots. And it really did a number on them. Completely tore that one apart. The little tiny stem just was not able to handle whatever it was. And it uncovered a lot of this one. Didn't really kill it, but it definitely uncovered a lot of it. So, yeah. This one looks like it will recover eventually, fortunately. The other one, I have no idea. If it doesn't, c'est la vie. If it does, even better. But, yeah, that's pretty much where things sit right now. I've got pretties growing all over the place, and hopefully we'll see lots of stuff soon. Talk to y'all later.